Target's Cat and Jack Kids Apparel is headed to Hudson's Bay in Canada. According to Retail Dive, Target's Cat and Jack children's apparel brand debuted last Thursday in most of Canadian retailer Hudson Bay's 82 physical stores, along with the retailer's online store. The move puts a popular Target-owned brand back into Canada nearly a decade after the retailer closed all of its big box stores and withdrew from the country. For perspective, Cat and Jack has grown to a $3 billion brand since its 2016 launch, and it now sells over 300 million units annually, which, according to Target, equates to over 8 items sold for every child under 12 years old in the U.S. Fun fact, Ann.
Yeah.
So my question for you is this. Pretty notable move here. I think this, from my knowledge, this is the first time Target has been acting like a brand manufacturer and a wholesaler for the first time. So do you like what they're doing here?
You know, I do. I think that it makes a lot of sense for there to be another brand, especially like we were talking about when this first came out. Like there is a style and a design and a quality to the Target cat, especially the Cat and Jack line, that I think is unique, and it's a brand that is at a lower price point for consumers. That also doesn't have, for me as a former mom, I have to say, like, I appreciate the Cat and Jack because it didn't have the, like, mommy's little slugger or whatever the thing is on it that you see on so much of the other competitors in that space. Like, it actually had a design and, like, style to it. And so I think that there's a lot of opportunity for another competitor in that space to go up against the Carters or the other baby lines in that space, especially with a consumer that's tending to trade down, that's looking for a value brand for kids apparel, something that they grow out of really quickly. And the last thing I'd say is it is a new growth opportunity for Target.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's a
Let's
test.
play this out. Let's play this out.
It's a test. So I think
sure.
we've been talking a lot about how, you know, they launched the Circle 360 rebrand of their loyalty program. Is that a really true growth opportunity for Target? Whereas I think this is actually testing something that could bring in, if it works, could bring in new revenue for Target. But something tells me that you're not in agreement. So what are your thoughts? You're the merchant of the two of us.
True, yeah.
I need your perspective.
I think conceptually that could be what's here, but I don't like this that much.
Okay, why?
And the reason for it is when I think about how does it play out, right? So first of all, it's a safe play, right? You're doing this in Canada in an 80-store chain. So you're just trialing it out. You're going to see how it works. You're going to understand the dynamics of, I mean, you've never been a wholesaler before, so you have to figure out how to do that, which takes overhead, takes cost, and you can't just do it overnight. So you're going to learn that. But my thing is, like, and they've actually been trying this overseas in China too with Alibaba. The start and stops with that a lot of times too. But my question for you is, what's the end game here? And what does Target have the guts to do? And even if they have the guts to do it, what does that look like? So if you really want this to be the billion-dollar growth opportunity, that means you're probably going to have to place it on Amazon at some point. Or you're going to have to take your home furnishings and put them on Wayfair. And then if you're going to do that, my question is then twofold. One, why as a Target shopper do I want to find Target products on Amazon when I can just go to Target to begin with? And do I want that as a Target shopper? And then why, or as a Target brand, would I want my shoppers to do that? And then two, why would I want to pay the commission on the Amazon sale to have my customer do that? So, like, I don't understand where this goes ultimately in the long term as a strategy. That's why I think it's kind of a nice thing to talk about right now, but I think it's a false start.
I agree, but I think you look at Target, what do they have, 1,400 stores in the U.S. now, or roughly 1,400 stores? You compare that with one of their largest competitors, Walmart, who has more than twice that amount of stores, and perhaps it could get them, more penetration around the country if they are going into some of these other retailers with some of their brands. For the people who are looking for that one stop, they want those products. They want that alternative offering with high style, high design. The Target's lines of products are giving them in more places. Like it could be, but I do agree with you.
Target's near 95% of the U.S. population already.
Well, yeah,
2,000 stores. They've got the online business. They're a great omni-channel retailer. I don't know. I push you on that one.
I don't know, but I think the last thing that you did bring up that for me was important is like the real allure of the Cat and Jack brand for me, like as a consumer, and then I think with a lot of other shoppers, is that it's also part of the one-stop shop of a Target.
Exactly.
So I think that that's the other part, that if this does not work for them, that may be a reason, like just because it had that love and that interest, and consumers were buying 8 items per child every so many months, perhaps that's because of the convenience of, I'm also doing my grocery shopping, I'm getting my cleaning supplies, I'm getting the kids' school stuff, like all in one trip.
And which is an important point, which is why you saw me smile when I said it's a $3 billion brand.
Yes.
It's a $3 billion brand because it's in a Target store. It's not a $3 billion brand because it's a brand like everything else that has been distributed in wholesale to other retailers. That's a very important distinction that I think people oftentimes forget when talking about Target's brands and how good they are at building them.
Right.
It's a different calculus.
Yes, we are in Vegas, Chris, so perhaps we should put a wager on what we think will happen with this.
I'm ready for that, Ann. Okay. You name the price.
All right.